I saw the trailer for the Long Walk movie coming out and I thought I should read that book. But then I thought, why not read the book while walking? And I have to finish the whole thing within a day. So I'm gonna do this ultimate challenge where I have to walk all day long. If you don't know, the book The Long Walk is about a group of boys who is in this competition where they have to keep walking, and if they slow down or stop, they get killed. I'm gonna do the same thing, except no one is gonna kill me if I quit. Let's get started. It's already approximately 1 million degrees outside, so good luck to me.
The Long Walk. Part 1. Starting out. Chapter 1. An old blue Ford pulled into the guarded parking lot that morning, looking like a small, tired dog after a hard run.
I'm less than 15 minutes in and thoroughly sweaty. But I thought I should tell you what The Long Walk is about. We're following a group of boys. I think it's 100 boys. They're in a competition where they have to keep walking, and they have to walk at a certain pace, and they're not allowed to stop. Whoever stops or falls behind dies. They get killed. And I don't know from the first few minutes of the book so far if the participants know that, but it seems like this walk is a well-known event that happens. But I'm at the very beginning following Ray Garrity, and these boys are getting dropped off for the competition, and they're kind of hanging around talking, and one of them brings up the competition last year and how someone froze up and they got a ticket. And I'm like, did they used to give out tickets? Because now they'll kill you. So I'm not sure what they know yet and if this is how it's always been, but I am only allowed to read the book while I'm walking, and I need to finish the book today. So I'm going to read the whole thing today. I'm going to get a lot of steps in, and I'm going to bring you with me. So let's carry on. I'm currently on chapter 13 and almost 2 miles in on my journey. So this walk is actually televised, so the nation is watching these boys go on this walk, and we have had our first death. So yes, they did know that you will get shot and killed if you stop walking. They've been calling it getting a ticket, but once the death happened, he was like, yeah, of course we knew that would happen. Which I think maybe they didn't want to think about it because everyone seemed shocked when it happened, but knowing it would happen and seeing it happen are two different things. So far, so good. Looking forward to see what happens next, now that we're down to 99 boys. Garrity wondered if it was embarrassing getting shot in front of people. That's me. Stephen King has managed to give us multiple horny teenage boy moments already and use the N-word. Less than 25% in. I'm back from round 1. I did about 4 miles. I kept pausing my watch, which next time I'll just not pause when I'm stopping for updates and such, because I kept forgetting to turn it back on. Still less than a quarter of the way through the book, so that means less than a quarter of the way through my walking. I might have to speed up the audiobook a bit, and also I'll be reading physically when I'm not walking down a busy road, so that should speed things up. But in the book, they're currently like, I think 18 miles in, which is insane. And I'm not gonna give you any spoilers at all, just maybe discussing a few scenes or a few things that happen, but nothing that's like a big reveal. So obviously we've lost some friends along the way, and we're also just discussing them being hungry, them having to pee. One boy has diarrhea, which, what an upsetting way to go. There's just a lot going on for them, a lot going through their minds, conversations that they're having, kind of the attitudes that they're getting as they get more tired, how much people are changing from their optimistic selves, but also like planning for the future and planning for their win. There's one kid who wants to write a book about this when it ends, but that means he has to win because 99 of them are going to die. We have some great scenes where the boys are walking. The boys are exhausted. Some of them are falling behind. Some of them have blisters. People are like sitting roadside on a picnic blanket, drinking a Coca-Cola, waving their cardboard sign. And then we're seeing like a mom who drove up to try to like see how her son's doing, see if he's still in there, and like freaking out, screaming. And then we see people cheering roadside. And then we see or hear someone who's like sobbing in the distance because they're just like crying while they're walking. It's such a good like dystopian feel that we're getting. I'm having a good time. Now I haven't walked that far, let's be honest, but it is 90 degrees. I am gonna take a break, eat some food, I haven't eaten anything yet, and clean up a bit, and then get back to walking and reading. It's time to head out again. I did like a little refresh, but I'm gonna shower when I come back. Sunscreen. But we actually need to go pick something up to continue this reading journey. What about my head? I really don't want to get sunburnt today. My feet, still feeling good. I actually felt a little queasy from eating food, but that's fine. Back on the road. I know that we kind of give Stephen King a pass for being weird because his books are old and you have to be weird to write so much horror. But why is our main character reflecting on when he was 5 years old and saw his mother naked and what her private parts look like? I just don't get it. I thought I would want to rest inside of the bookstore, but turns out it's not fun to be soaked in sweat indoors. I'm back on the road with the long walk in hand. I want to see what page I'm actually on. I think almost page 100. I'm going to read physically when I get home. I'm currently 1.5 miles on this trip to the bookstore, and my total for the day, 13,000 steps, almost 6 miles. So let's keep going. How are these boys at like 80 miles nonstop walking? A day has passed at least. I'm at like 7 miles. Very hot miles. I'm very surprised that the book never mentioned what the temperature is, because that is a big factor. But I'm exhausted. My foot hurts. I have like this spot where my foot hurts. Standing still now, my legs are getting tight. So I'm gonna hydrate, take a shower, recuperate, and prep for the next round of walking. All right, I've showered, I've rested. I don't remember what all I said to you because I was very distracted, obviously, with the walking and reading, so I just wanted to check in. So we are learning a bit more about what's going on. I hope we get to see more of the bigger world. It feels very much like our own, just a dash of dystopian, honestly. But I kind of think we're only going to see the wider world through viewing the spectators that are along the path. But our boys are starting to crack. So a few of them, well, a lot of them have had moments where they kind of snap. They're kind of getting hysterical, or they're getting mean, or they're panicking, or maybe they're getting a random cramp and that freaks them out. They're kind of bickering, some of them. So some of that's coming and going. People are having their different moments. Sometimes they recover, sometimes they get killed. And we're just seeing again how they're interacting, how they're reacting to each other. And then some of the boys are like sharing their stories with each other, like where they come from, what their life is like. And just knowing that most of them are going to die is such an interesting perspective for the other boys to have, because they're all teenage boys, you know, dealing with the concept of death, which is probably not something they thought about too much. There is a funny bit of like telephone going on where information will come out, whether it's like who died, who's got warnings, or like bigger picture, a hill's coming up, the major's going to be stopping by, whatever it is. And it gets passed through the group because they're all going at different paces. But when information comes up, they tell the person behind them, and they tell the person behind them and behind them. But we've seen instances where either the information changes a little bit when it goes from front to back and then comes back up, or maybe that information wasn't true exactly. So I wonder if that's going to play a bigger role in the story. So we're still just following Ray Garrity's perspective. He has mentioned his dad a few times, and there's some mystery about what happened to his dad. It seems like it's related to the walk. And so with these little seeds of mystery and wondering what's going to happen, I'm starting to get a little antsy to see something else. Like, I don't know, are we really just gonna follow them for the full competition and then the book is over? And I'm excited to see like if this takes a turn, whether something interrupts the walk, the people on the walk do something different than they normally would. I don't know. I'm excited to see what could possibly happen. The perversion continues. One boy died of blue balls, so I don't know why. Some of the things that are happening like sexually or vulgar things, they just make me laugh. I'm like, why are you saying that? It's so weird. But at this point, funny. So I'm gonna continue reading. I feel like I was starting to feel a little weird being out in the sun for so long. And so now I'm going to switch over to my walking pad, which is obviously going to be easier. But now I can actually switch over to the physical copy that I have now. So I'm excited to get my eyes on the page. So let's continue our long walk. I have on my blue shoes now, so hopefully the part that was hurting will no longer hurt. I had a part on the ball of my foot that was turning bright red. No, I'm not going to show you, but I wanted them to be distinctly different looking so I didn't accidentally wear them outside, and they're for inside only so they stay clean. But here's my setup. I did have to push the couch back, but I have the walking pad in the living room, and I have my desk set up for access to water and my book. I've passed 20,000 steps. I've passed page 200. And I just read a pretty gruesome scene, so I thought I would take a break. It's not too gruesome that I don't want to read. I'm just, oh, that was a lot. We've got just chaos. I mean, we're still walking, but I don't know, there's a guy who just seems like he knows he's gonna win. He doesn't seem too stressed by the walk. Mind you, they've probably walked, I don't know, they say the numbers, but it's probably 100 miles by now. Non-stop, 4 miles per hour. Is that actually possible? I work remotely, and there are plenty of days I get less than 2,000 steps. I've recently started putting more effort in, but my effort days are like 7,000 steps. So to be over 20,000 is a big feat for me. So I'm currently at just a little over 20,000 steps, almost 9 miles. I'm still going strong. And honestly, whenever I stop and take a break, that's when it hurts more. It's just like mild pain. So I think I'm gonna make a hydration drink, continue on the walking pad, and then we'll probably finish the book back outside on a path, because that feels proper for what I'm guessing will be a brutal ending. A lot of my enjoyment of this is coming from the challenge today, and I'm not sure how much of it is like genuine enjoyment just for the book, but I am liking it. And I do feel like if I weren't making this video, I would still be turning the pages. It's very easy to read and there's enough intrigue that I want to know what's going to happen next. When I'm actually reading it, it's not like my favorite thing ever, but it is fascinating. It's such an interesting concept, and just seeing the characters interact and how they are reacting to the situation is very interesting. I just want to know more information, and it's really helping me to keep turning the pages. So we're still going strong at 5:30 p.m. I completed another mile and another chapter. So I'm now on chapter 14, page 250. It's 6:30 p.m. I have, try not to spoil myself, 60 pages left, which seems like a good time to relocate. So I'm gonna go to the park and pack up some water, hair clip. We're gonna finish this at the park before dark because I'm scared of the dark. So I gotta hurry up. I'm putting on my outside shoes. I'm also putting on 2 mosquito bracelets on my ankles, and I'm gonna use this spray. A bug hates to see me coming. I treated myself to a $3+ bottle of water on the way to the park. And now it's time to get in there. I'm nervous because the park starts off with a massive hill. And I don't know if my leg muscles are up for a massive hill anymore. Ew. But I just keep thinking about my book. But I just wanted to update you because I had said earlier that I was ready for something else to happen. And now I've changed my mind. I just want to get the rest of the walk. And I just want to see how it ends. I know Stephen King does some wacky endings, so let's see if this one's wacky. And then also, we've talked about the walk so much, but not the prize. It sounds like you can just ask for whatever you want and you can choose your prize, but that's too broad. I would like to know more specifically. How much money can I have? What all is in their power to do as a prize? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The park trail is longer than I have left in my book, I think. So I'm really going to be able to slow down, savor it. Fingers crossed, I love the ending. At some point, you just get used to being hot and sweaty. I just hit part 3 of the book, which is going to be the final day. I'm excited to see what happens next. I feel like it's going to have a crazy ending, but I just have no idea what that could be, so stay tuned. Okay, I finished the book. I finished my walk. Give me a little time and I'll come back with my final thoughts on the book. I ended up just getting Chick-fil-A and going to bed, but I ended the day with over 30,000 steps and 12.5 miles walked. That's almost a half marathon, and I broke a bunch of records on my Apple Watch, so I was excited to make it through and be able to finish the book. I'm landing on a 4 out of 5 stars for the book. Now that I've completed it and see more of the big picture, I'm glad it just focused on the walk. I appreciate more now that we got less of a glimpse of the outside world and more so just seeing this competition, seeing what the boys were going through, and seeing how the spectators responded we get little glimpses of the outside world just by seeing how the people on the sidelines are reacting and seeing the people inside the competition's thought process, how they got there, the fact that they all wanted to be a part of it, even though they were all walking to their death. And there were these bigger conversations once everyone got delirious of, is this even real? And it does feel like it wasn't supposed to be real. It's more so like a metaphor of life or something. I'm excited to start looking up people's theories and discussions around the book, but it was really good. And I can see how this is really representative of life and that we're all walking towards death. And there's just so much to think about now that I've finished it, about how we didn't really know what the prize was. Like, that wasn't the focus. It wasn't like reading the Hunger Games and being excited and knowing motivations and all those things. It was more so seeing how all these different people could end up in these circumstances, what they value, what their motivations are, what they're willing to sacrifice, and then also how the world has responded to that and developed this program to make it available. So it was really good, very thought-provoking, and I've been having a great time just thinking back and reflecting on the book and what it's trying to say. So if you have some theories, if you have some discussion points, things I may have missed, let me know, because I think there's a lot to unpack here. And also the very ending was weird, and I need to think about that some more because I don't know what that part means. So, but I had a really fun time with this reading challenge. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next up, reading The Stand while standing. Just kidding. But I'll see you next time in a video very soon. Goodbye.